Hello, this is Coffee with Data, and today in our podcast we have a very special guest, a close friend of mine as well, Rabie. Welcome to Coffee
Thank
with
you.
Data.
Thank you.
And as per standard, we have a very important question, and that's the first question of our talk. And I really need you to answer this question as a specialist you are. So the question is, what is your favorite coffee?
My favorite coffee. And I have to answer it professionally, huh?
Yes, because you are from
Yeah,
AI and AI guys, they like coffee.
of course. It's a really important
Of course,
resource,
of
if you will,
course.
right?
We turn coffee into data.
Yeah. And the coffee has to be with some good quality as well,
Of course.
like the data and like the processes, if you thought about it, right? Yeah, basically, and also in order to obtain that coffee, you had to do some research and trials and errors and iterations on different types of coffee until I found out a cortado is one of my favorite ones. Since it's rich with ingredients, yet not as big as a cappuccino. So you may say that it's a representative sample. It's really representing representing a cappuccino.
You know, that's very data oriented from you.
It is. It is. Yeah. I think I'm adopting those approaches and those methods in daily life as well, and I find it really useful.
Okay.
I hope it does not sound very geeky or
It is,
nerdy.
but that's fine, you know. The name of this podcast is Coffee with Data, so
Yeah.
it meant to be geeky.
So we are allowed to show our nerdy side, right?
If you do not show, you are not in the right place.
Okay, perfect.
This is a safe space for geeks.
Oh, that's very nice. I feel included now.
Yes, that's the idea.
Nice.
So, continuing as you like coffee, you are safe now because you answered correctly the question.
Okay,
The right answer was I like coffee
I do.
and the way you like it. So, congrats.
Thank you.
You are now part of Coffee with Data.
Yeah.
Yeah! Okay, let's continue.
Yeah.
If you had to explain AI to a non-technical person, how would you define it?
Explaining AI to a non-technical person, it
Yeah.
is actually something that I had experienced last week with my nephew, who is 16 years old. Sorry, my niece. She is 16 years old, and yeah, she was mentioning like the school and how people are talking about like fellow colleagues of hers talking about. How they are using AI and why AI is there and how is it useful or is it not. So they are trying different things and failing sometimes and getting frustrated. And what I heard from her when she opened the topic, like I hate AI, AI is not good. And I told her like just go step back. Do you know what is AI in the first place? And I tried to mention like the big picture. So if you want to just like mention it to anybody that can easily understand, it should be like, okay, AI is systems that just learn from data and events and historical signals, and learn from that and provide you with like knowledge and wisdom out of this learning, and you can use that in your on your good side, like to benefit you and so on. That's in a nutshell. Of course, different use cases and different scenarios. AI has been there since the 50s, and you know that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Alan Turing.
Alan Turing and Ian Goodfellow and Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI.
Yeah.
Of course, of
All
course.
those guys, the geeks ones, will know.
I believe, yeah. Like for example, Geoffrey Hinton, he had in 2023 the Nobel Prize, and
Yeah.
he is my really personal role model. Yeah.
So we know one more thing about you now.
Mhm.
And if someone asks you, what do you do? What's your one sentence answer?
Yeah, it is easy to be summarized. I extract ROI from AI. So only 5 letters here, but it's really a long story behind that sentence, right? And it is something that everyone want to obtain from the executives in huge businesses and industries, organizations, to everybody who is using AI, because you are using that to get a benefit out of it, right? And there are, of course, some methods and some methodologies. If they are well done or well applied, you can get that out of your projects. Yeah.
And going
Sorry.
a little bit deeper in what you do, what is your background? Because I didn't ask it before, and our audience wants to know who you are.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, we are friends, but we didn't have the chance to discuss my background before.
Yeah.
But I have 2 degrees, one in business and one in computer science. Masters in computer science right now, focusing on AI, researching that. So this is more or less my background from education and research. And I've been working with helping like big telecom companies with the AI transformation, how to transform AI, put it inside your daily life in the company fabric, and extract value and extract benefits out of it. Yeah.
That's well aligned. Align, you know? That's a joke.
Alignment. Yeah, of course, alignment is really a very heavily used word
Yeah,
these days
yeah.
because the miscommunications and everything.
Yeah, that's why I work with AI to
That's
align
why
things.
exactly. Yeah, that's why you you fit really good.
Bad jokes.
But in reality, you fit good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, that's one of the jokes that I use the most with my stakeholders during meetings. In the
Nice.
end, I used to say, we are now Aline.
Mm.
It's a bad joke, but
You should give them like a small like sticker or something like that.
I have some stickers in my
Yeah.
computer
Yeah, yeah,
actually.
yeah, yeah.
One of them is nice story now, show me the data.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also the pin that I have in my badge.
Oh yeah, shit.
And the other one is tell data with me. Well, there are some there.
I can imagine.
But let's continue to you, because today you are the focus here, not myself.
Yeah.
And what was the moment you realized AI wasn't just a skill, but your lane?
Yeah, of course. There is a difference here. There's a huge distinction because the approach we used to look at the AI as standalone model or a solution that the most important KPI should be the accuracy of the model and how the model will be really smart. And after that, I remember I was sitting at my office one day and thinking, already created multiple models and use cases, but I don't see direct impact on the business. I don't see adoption. I don't see ROI generated. I don't see like traction, you know. So I felt
Yes.
like somehow there were this kind of separation, two islands kind of things, like the AI geeks who are creating really good solutions, but the business does not understand how to unlock this. You know what I mean? And at that time, I felt like, okay, you have to go down that lane, basically, to work on the adoption. So what I have started in the very beginning to create this bridge between the two entities, the AI people and technology and the business, and I called it how to bridge that gap. That no one was sitting at that gap. Everyone was like either business or technology and AI. Business just like, okay, we will just solve it like on the traditional ways. This is how business was working. some years ago, historically, that we know, and so on and so forth. AI on the other side is against this. No, guys, use our model, use our predictions, and so on and so forth, right? But yeah, the problem was different language. Everyone's talking, different priorities. Yeah, so I decided I will be the lane between the two entities.
And I guess for you, it's not something difficult to do as you have a graduation in business. So you
Yeah.
can understand the business communication and understand AI communication as well. So you are in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. One of the things I would like to do all the time: speak the language with the one who will understand it. How to simplify terms, how to make it easier for others to understand like what we are doing. We don't need to show them how complicated it is, so they just appreciate that. If we abstract it and we show a real direct value, they will appreciate that more.
And that's the most difficult thing to do, actually.
I believe so.
When you are able to simplify something that is very complex, that's when you master
Exactly.
your
Exactly.
your
Yeah,
idea.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone, yeah. Like Einstein, I think he was saying that if you really understand it well, you can be able comfortably to explain it to a 5 years old child, and that
Exactly.
child understands. So then you understand it well. The
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
And from my experience in university as well, uh, it's often seen in the university in the research centers, professors or researchers, that they don't know how to explain in a way that is simple for everybody to understand. So uh, it's a very important skill today, the communication and bridge the gap.
That's very correct. I think professors in universities versus professional in technology in big organizations versus business acumen and business people, everyone speaks different language, and
Yes.
the best scenario to be able to speak the three languages in order to be able to just like bridge the gaps between the three entities.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And what did you have to unlearn to create real impact with AI?
It is again the idea of focusing on the model and the algorithm, and how this is your only one focus. Like, okay, there are some use cases that if you find out that you have to um, compromise with the very high accuracy, for example, in order to obtain faster model or cheaper model, but in the end of the equation, it is giving a better overall big picture benefits or return. This is something that you go for, and this is something that I had to really unlearn, because in the beginning it was like, no, the model has to be the best. This does not make sense,
Yes.
until, yeah. So unlearning this was essential for the transformation
Yes.
of the mindset, of course. Yeah.
And how these have impacted not just your work but your life in a daily basis? Because unlearning is a process, it's a mindset process, it's not just technology.
It's a mindset process that needs to be told to yourself time and time again, to just believe in it and find that you are doing it as norm. So when you get a problem next time, you will not think the old way, that you need to make the best, the highest technology, and the most sophisticated model and so on. You have to think about the business problem and how to solve it most efficiently and in the best way ever, and be happy about that and motivated about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as we are talking about projects, walk us through one AI project that went from one idea to production, and what was the business problem and why did it matter?
Wow. I like that this question came after the other two questions before, because it's sort of like you are taking it through as a process. That's very
Yes.
smart. And yeah, that project came after I unlearned, and also after I found out how to use AI as a lane, as we said, or as a like a whole ecosystem, including the way of thinking and people and process and everything, right? The Actually, I will talk about a really important and also a project that I appreciate and I always use, and I really find good outcome out of that project every time you implement that project in an organization. Okay, of course, in order to build good AI solutions easily, or in a simple way, or without a lot of complication and time consumed, you need a good data, right?
Yeah.
Data has to be prepared and ready to be used for this purpose. And the solution or the project, I call it analytical data platform, which is it contains a semantic layer of the data gathered and massaged from different or several data sources. Okay, this layer is built and prepared in order to just plug in any kind of machine learning or AI or dashboards that will help also with storytelling. So basically, business can benefit from this layer as well. And there are two direct benefits of that layer. First one is the go-to-market become faster, because you don't need to gather the data, work on preparing the data and so on, because the data is ready for you. And the other one is also the one source of truth across the organization on the data definitions. That's what I also saw helping when you create this analytical data platform.
So, if I correctly understand, data literacy is one biggest part in the projects you used to be.
Yeah, imagine you have some KPIs that different personnel inside the same team or different departments. Yeah, worst scenario will be inside the same team, but the mainstream scenario, it is in different departments. Inside any organization, you can easily find that, right?
Yes. That's
Yeah, the KPIs are differently getting calculated, getting understood, you know. But with the ADP,
spreadsheets all the place.
exactly, and everyone has their own source, like their own version of truth, you know,
Yes.
hypothetically built, even not built on facts, and this the ADP layer here is unifying everything. I like the unification, you know, like everyone knows the source, everyone goes after that, you know, so everyone is talking the same language. It's very homogeneous. You
Heaven
have
for
built,
us. It's
huh?
the heaven for us.
Definitely, you have built this kind of like synergy between the different
Yes.
entities, right? That removes a lot of clutter. That removes a lot of communication, miscommunication between departments and between personnel and so on. And also on top of that, that makes the go-to-market faster, because everyone understands the data, agree on the data, and
Yeah.
the data is ready. Also, even these definitions and the data itself, it is transformed in a way that you are providing the models or the AI with signals, not only discrete uh, data scattered, you know. You were able to make the whole data as one big organ, just a live organ, and the model can understand from that, get a lot of different dimensions and different and really rich knowledge and then the model will give you the best outcome. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. So, uh, translating in a sentence, the ADP would be the bridge between business and technology, but as a tool.
Yes, it is. Uh, what I like about it, as I said, this tool includes definitions, so you don't need to go back
Yes.
to documentation to read about the definitions, you know, and the definitions also are machine readable, so also the model understand the
Yes.
definitions, you know, so you don't need to talk about the definitions anymore because it's in the data. Instead of saying like, okay, I want to extract these different features to get that KPI, no, the KPI becomes a feature,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So
beautiful.
exactly,
It's
so you will
beautiful.
never there, so you will never talk about this problem anymore,
Yeah.
you know.
Whoa.
And I'm not talking here saying as a theory or some, or as a dream or something. No, this has been implemented a couple of times, and I've
Nice.
seen myself like 1 year later or 1.5 years later, after the adoption and everyone is working with that and so on. You know, how are the outcomes and how people are recognizing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the question, the project that you have implemented. So
Mm-hmm.
it's beautiful to see how technology can bridge the gap just per se, just per being the technology there implemented with great professionals.
Yeah, it's yeah. What I wanted to say, it is the data can be really problematic in an organization. The more you have data, the more data you have, or the more sources you have, the more problematic it can become.
Yeah.
Which is like,
I know.
of course
I
you heard about,
know.
we all learned about the curse of dimensionality. Remember?
Oof.
Remember
Yeah.
this? Yeah, and that's why ADP is targeted toward unlocking the data value in organizations or companies and solving the data problem that everyone has.
You go to the root cause.
Exactly.
And how did you measure success? What actually moved it?
Definitely, the success should be, as I mentioned before, around the value, the output of the value coming from your solutions or projects, aligning with the KPIs of the organization, right?
Line.
Yeah, I feel that some music is coming to your ears, right?
Yes.
You like it?
Yes. Come on, it's good.
Yeah, right. If your solutions are just like giving value right away to the business, like what else do they need, right? I think the organizations just struggled in that because maybe they need to work on the communication.
Actually, what I feel being the corporate, and I think we are like minds on this one, people are forgetting that we are there to make money, not friends.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And they start to put a lot of politics inside of technology when we actually needed to be there working and not talking about it, doing instead, doing
I
instead of really just talk,
talking.
like political talking.
Yeah, I agree, but look at that from different side. Okay, we are talking about right now. We are simplifying the problem. If you thought
Yes.
about it, are just looking at the technology as a one entity, data as a one entity, business as a one entity, right?
Yes.
But in reality, in real life, organization is really big, with different
Yes. Yes.
with different factors and different things.
Yes.
Of course, you have also strategy. You have also like stakeholders, even directions and so
Ethics,
on.
compliance, audit,
Of course, that's also the so important part next to the data, the
GDPR.
governance. The governance, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
of course. So that's why maybe it, it takes more energy to be done, but yet it can be done, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, let's continue. So, when an AI initiative fails, what's the real reason, not the polite one?
Okay, we were talking now about the factors, right?
Yeah,
Data, technology, and
people.
uh, well, we didn't mention that yet, but we were talking about like compliance, data, of governance, and technology, and yes, people are also should
Yes.
be put in in this, right? And I believe that people are really a pivotal point. They are, I think, the ones who can lead the project to fail or to succeed.
Yes.
And most of the failures that I have seen have been really heavily associated by the people.
Yeah.
If you thought about technology, it is the easiest thing to be solved.
Yes.
You can obtain new systems. You can hire really good consultants or really good engineers to do the technology. But when it comes to people and communication and synergies between different entities, that's the thing that you need to really work on in order to ensure your project success.
And actually, I think here's where we connected for the first time
Mm-hmm.
because I was doing the ML Canvas speech
Yeah,
for the ML
I
Ops
remember that.
community
I remember
and
that.
so on.
Yeah.
And then we realized that the ML Canvas framework is the starting point to go to your work. So,
Yes, I admire actually your approach. It was really good, and that's why I had some maybe difficult questions at that
yeah, a little bit
session
challenge for me in that session, let's say like this.
because because yeah, I have been sorry if I if I
No,
stressed you at that time,
no,
but the
no
questions were
worries.
really the my questions, I had them on the tip of my tongue because I was really interested in that approach, and I get attracted with people who have the same kind of mindset, like trying to solve the problem, trying and believing that the problem has been and will be about communication,
Yes,
right?
it's always about people.
Exactly, exactly. Like, come on. We have degrees in computer science, mathematics, and all the
Engineer.
nerdy things, and we sit in front of screens for a really long time, and our this is our work, how we get, right? But in reality, it is always about people and communication.
If we think I'm a person, we are a person.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, I'm a person, you are a person. The ones developing the technology, they are people.
yeah.
The ones using the technology, they are people.
Mm-hmm.
The ones doing quality assurance in the technology, they are people. So in the end, it's all about people.
It's all about communication and how to deliver the message and how to do like proper understanding and proper setting expectations, and that also applies on your AI that you are talking to as well,
Yes,
in order to find the good results. Yeah.
it needs to be human-centric AI,
Yes.
human-centric technology, human-centric everything.
Yes.
Yeah. And if a team wants to start an AI transformation next week,
Mm-hmm.
what are the first three moves they need to go and start with?
Yeah. Okay. I like again the sequence of the questions because that's a very logical question to come after
Very geek.
the previous questions. No, it's like a layout for me. I feel
Yes, yes.
like okay, we take it like this is master class, not a podcast. Like we take it step by step, learning. You
I'm a
know.
professor. What can I say?
Okay. So people will really the audience will can get some actions out of that,
That's
which
the
is
idea.
really nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so of course, I believe, of course, things that we talked about, people, communication, and so on and so forth, right? But
Yes.
two important things in order to succeed with that project, to become a project that generates value and continuously can be, be operating in the organization. First of all, think about the problem. Start with the problem. Don't think about we have a technology and we want to use it.
Yeah.
Let's just sprinkle AI,
That's important.
make more AI on our website. No. Think about what is the problem and how it can be solved, and uh, what the kind of technology that it will be used for solving that problem, the best way, okay? The second thing, uh, when you think about the solution, don't think about MVP, don't think about I will make a prototype on that AI and see how it will work and so on. No, better to make an end-to-end solution, including the governance, including the integrations, including the operationalizing, everything, and treat this as your prototype or MVP. So you have two benefits here. First one, you already generating value out of this. And second, you will be learning through the process, iterating and failing and succeeding through that process. Once you are done with that solution, you can just scale up by like repeating the same process. You have one solution already succeeded and you are proud of it, right? You can just copy and paste, and create others, and then you have really successful series of projects.
Then the whole company can be digitalized and have AI in place.
And that's of course in alignment with like human and employees and everything. Just like to generate better, to let them generate better value, let them actually get better developed, and so on. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are reaching the end of our podcast, and I have a rapid fire for you. Short answers.
Okay. Go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
A book that changed how you think about AI leadership.
Well, there's a really good book called Thinking in Systems by Donella Meadow. And I like this book because it is, as the title is saying, it's not an AI book, okay? But it is, when you treat every AI solution or any kind of solution in different systems, how they are integrated with each others, right? Because what I have witnessed, that every AI failure, it has been a system problem, or systems, never have been an AI problem. And if I also recall, like the AI technical debt, that's a paper written by Google. And I have the picture in my mind of the diagram in that paper, which is showing multiple squares or cubes or shapes all over the screen, and only very tiny box, and they call it here is the model, and you have many different things.
Yes.
Right? So you have the governance.
That's so true.
It is in reality, right? It's true in reality. Like you have the governance, you have the integrations, you have
The cleaning up.
everything, the data, the data and everything. So that's why, thinking in systems, this is a really good book. And I think,
Okay. One rule you wish you had said earlier on how AI work gets shipped, not just discussed.
If you don't have metric, or if you don't have mandate, if you cannot define how you're going to benefit out of that system that you are building, stop building it.
I like this one. I will start using. Can I?
Yeah, please.
Okay. A phrase you use when a project starts turning into hype instead of value. Here we go. I feel your breathing.
Yeah, because I have seen this many times,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And I start to realize that it is essential not to fall in this trap
Yeah.
anymore, right? And talking into avoiding to talk or not like avoiding, like managing not to talk hypes, it is not as easy as you think
Yeah.
because sometimes you believe that this is really beneficial. However, since it's on a hype, so you don't need to, you should not talk about it. You know, it's like a taboo or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, going back to your question, like, yeah, so who is making the decisions here? Like, the question is like, in order to kill the hype, you have to review the process. You have to go back to on the ground in reality, you know, and see, are you are you really going after the hype and then losing the control, losing everything, going drifted away from your target or not?
Here we go.
So again, you know, like if you have a target and that target does not mandate you to create this very sophisticated AI model, if you go after the hype, oh, let's put MCPs,
Yeah.
but why? Do we need them?
I had to say that 95% of the problems people brings to me, I need to say no for AI projects because they don't need an AI. They don't need such a sophisticated technology.
That's very funny, because before that they didn't need that. Sorry, they didn't mention that. However, they needed that,
Yes,
and now and now they are coming.
they don't
They don't need,
need,
and
but
yet
they
they are
would.
asking to have.
Yes, yes, it's so true. Yeah, but let's continue. Uh, what is your personal signal that a team is aligned or not aligned? Because I'm not there. Sorry.
That's one.
Sorry. Okay.
No, really. Uh, if everyone is aligned, that means like everyone is seeing the target and they know exactly what their role is and how they reach their goal. And I like how everyone also will be like motivated to go to that
Yes.
goal. I love that kind of team or
Yes.
project,
Yes.
you know. And then one very healthy signal is like discussing how this problem will be solved, how to solve this, how to solve that, instead of ping pong, pointing fingers, uh, re-mentioning their role, putting borders, like this is
Yes.
not my thing to do, and so on. You know,
Yes.
I've seen this and I've seen this. I remember I've seen sometimes stakeholders. Oh my God, I remember. Uh, I had one meeting like with the stakeholders. There was some solution that business needed, and the other ones didn't believe in that solution that can be done this way. And I was like arguing sort of, and I didn't feel, unfortunately, like much kind of like support from that stakeholder, you know. But
Yes.
later on, after I was able to squeeze it as much as I can, you know, and then I found the solution and I came up with the thing, I felt really proud. I felt like, oh my God, I have done an achievement, right?
Yes.
However, if you thought about it, if that stakeholder was aligned well on their ending goal, business ending goal, that would have maybe have been done easier for both of us,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I think here what bring in my head, what from the back of my head, is just like in love relationships. It's two persons, or in that case, a team,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
looking into the problem
Yeah, yeah,
and not pointing fingers,
yeah, yeah.
but looking at the problem and fixing together the problem. It's a team against the problem and not one against the other.
Yeah, it's one problem, not several problems. It's like
Exactly.
because if the team is not aligned, every part, every stakeholder will have their own problems.
Yes, exactly.
I know.
And last but not least,
Yeah.
one thing you want leaders to stop normalizing when they talk about AI at work. Again.
Celebrating launches. Celebrating the launch of the project. Yeah, we will start working on that project. That will take, let's say, 6 months. And on day one, let's celebrate. And on day 90, maybe after 3 months, the
No.
project didn't work well. Like I think, of course, good sentiments. And if it's done for motivation purposes and done also with like, okay, we are aligning. Also, we have worked hard to align. We have worked hard to set on the project squad and so on and so forth. That's okay. But I think also after celebrating of the launching, whatever, it will be also good to have this kind of continuous health checking through the whole project, right?
Yes.
So, and leave the real celebration after the project is done and the values are there. And then you will be celebrating, like mentioning or saying what was the values and the ROI and how the project worked. This would be really good. I think like don't say happy birthday to a person before their day, right? You have to go on the exact day and say and celebrate your birthday, right?
Or maximum 1 or 2 days after, not before.
Not before. Exactly.
But there is one thing, like,
Yeah.
because if that celebration in the first day or starting point of this project is made after filling in the machine learned canvas, then I think it's worth celebrate.
Because it's part of the project, you can actually think of it as a phase zero to
Yes.
set up the team, and make sure the synergies are there. You know,
Yes.
so something like bridging the gap between the different entities or different stakeholders, departments, and so on. This also deserves a celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are aligned.
We are.
Thank you, Rabie. It was a pleasure having you here in the podcast.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine.
And for our audience, I thank you as well for being with us until the end of this episode, and see you in the next one.
Thank you.